What is up, Good Vibes Tribe? Welcome to Sunday. It is Sunday morning, the last day of the weekend, but it's okay because there's still a full day ahead of us. I got the day started early. I went to breakfast with my mom and I got a waffle with chocolate ice cream on top. God, it's delicious. So we are getting the rest of the day going. We're waiting for Kaitlin. She has some stuff she has to finish over at her house this morning, so she's going to be coming over in the afternoon, and we're going to be showing you guys the big surprise. I'm stoked about it. I can't wait to put that in the vlog and show you guys what it's all about. So until then, what I'm going to do is, I got a lot of my Christmas shopping done already, which is strange for me, right? I have the lights on my house, I have the tree up, I have all the decorations done in my house. I did it the weekend after Thanksgiving, which is super rare for me. What I usually do is I wait until 3 days before Christmas and I rush to get the lights on outside, I rush to get the tree up, get it decorated, and then I enjoy it for about 4 or 5 days, and then it all has to come back down. So I said, this year, enough. I want to enjoy it. So I did it the weekend of Thanksgiving, which kind of psyched myself out, because as soon as I got it all done, my brain thought that Christmas was in 3 days, which is really weird, but it makes sense. Anyway, so everything's decorated, so once that was done, I said, I'm gonna stay on this momentum, and I went and I did my Christmas shopping. So there's still a couple things I have to pick up. I don't know if we're gonna go down later today, down to Delaware, Kaitlin and I, to finish the shopping or not, but the stuff that I do have, I wanna wrap. So that way, Christmas Eve, I'm not scrambled around and I can fully relax and enjoy the Christmas season. But I have to be careful doing this because a lot of the gifts are Kaitlin's and actually a lot of gifts are my mom's. So I don't even know if I should record it, but I will find out a way so they don't know what I am exactly wrapping. So I'm gonna do that, and then when Kaitlin comes over, we're gonna head out and we're gonna show you guys this huge surprise. To me, it's a huge surprise, right? To you guys, some of you guys might not be that big, but to me, I am super stoked. I can't say it enough. I'm very excited about this. We hope you guys are having a great day. I hope your Sunday's going awesome. I hope that the dreary weather is not getting you down. It feels like snow outside. It feels like it's about to snow. Like the sky looks like it and it feels like it, right? I don't know if it's supposed to snow or not. I don't think so. I use Weather Boy Weather on Facebook. Phenomenal. They nail it every time. So I gotta check to see if they're saying it's gonna snow or not. Anywho, so yeah, that's the plan, and we will check in with you guys in a little bit, all right? What's up, guys? Hi, guys. What is happening? Kaitlin has finally arrived, so yeah, she's here. I didn't film wrapping any gifts because ultimately, she was gonna know what her gifts were. There's no real way to record it and have her not find out what it was. I know.
But to be fair, you have been the worst.
Yeah, I keep trying to figure out what she's getting me for Christmas. Apparently there's a theme, and I'm trying to at least figure out what the theme is. But she won't tell me. So we have come to an industrial park around the corner from my house. We're here to unveil the surprise. I will give you a little bit more of a backstory after I show you what it is. Like I said, this ties into the very first vlog that we ever made. So, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm super ready. Are you ready?
Yes.
Cool. So, drum roll. I can't do the tongue roll thing. One more time. And here it is. Boom. A 2018 Toyota Tacoma. Alright, so this is a 2018 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road. I bought it used. There was one owner and it only had 5,000 miles on it. So the guy basically had a truck, drove it around a little bit, and then traded it in. So the difference between this and other models, and the reason why I wanted a TRD off-road, is that this comes with a bunch of different things that the other models don't. Like there's a Toyota Tacoma SR5, there's a TRD Sport, and then the TRD Off-Road. So the thing with this is that it has different wheels, which is cool, and that's not the deciding factor, but I do like the wheels. But it comes with Bilstein shocks. I got the short bed because I don't like how these trucks look with a double cab and a full-size bed. For me, if you're going to get a truck that big, you might as well just get a full-size truck instead of a mid-size truck. But the other thing, that the ultimate selling point for me was that the TRD off-road, it comes with something called crawl control and multi-terrain select, and that's, I'll show it when I show you guys the inside. But basically what that means is that so this truck is equipped to basically never get stuck. I watched videos when I researched this truck. I watched videos that Toyota put out where they buried it up to the frame in sand, and all 4 tires are spinning and they couldn't get it out. So all they did was they used this crawl control, and the way that works is that it sends power to each wheel, and it just determines which one has a slight bit of traction, and it basically walks itself right out. You don't have to touch the gas or the brake, it does all the work for you. And it blew my mind. Like, these trucks really can't get stuck. But that was the biggest reason why I really wanted the off-road. Not just because of that, but because I wanted something that was like my Jeep, where I could take it off-roading, take it on these backfire roads and these trails into the woods and go camping. And this thing will absolutely take it. All the videos I've seen about it, it can handle it. So yeah, so it being a 2018, what they have is this emblem is actually a sensor. And what that sensor is I forget the name of it, but it's a system they have where inside of that is the human form, like 20,000 images in human form. And it's an emergency brake system. So if it's sensors, somebody comes out in front of you, it'll slam on the brakes, which is cool. And that comes, I believe it comes standard from like 2018 on up, like the 2019s have them as well. But yeah, so that's the outside. I will show you guys the inside. So here is the inside. It's pretty standard inside, to be honest with you. It's a lot smaller than the Chevy, which I'm absolutely okay with. That one, I could sit there and lean over and I could barely grab the passenger side door, which is cool, but again, I didn't need a full-size truck. So yeah, this is the crawl control and the multi-terrain select that I was telling you about. There's the multi-terrain select and there's a crawl control, and this is a dial to set either the aggressiveness of it or change between the different terrains. That's the thing that won't keep this truck stuck. It'll get it out of anything. And it also comes with, I forgot to say, that the TRD off-road has the rear differential lock, which fully comes in handy when it comes to off-roading. My Jeep had that, and it got me out of a lot of scrapes. Other than that, this entire stereo navigation / computer, I don't know what you would call it because it's not just a radio, it's absolutely amazing. Like, all the different stuff that it has on here, the Bluetooth, the FM radio, the XM radio, it's a CD player. You can put different apps on here. You can figure out what your weather is going to be. You can look up weather. You can customize this home screen, where instead of having the time here, I could have people that I wanted to speed dial or get rid of the navigation, or all sorts of different ways you can lay it out. You can customize it. It just has the standard climate control, nothing fancy with that. This is the 4-wheel drive select. Right next to it's a push button start, which is super cool. It has this wireless charging pad, which the iPhone doesn't have and I have. So in order to use that, I need to get a certain case. And to be honest with you, my Chevy had the wireless charging and I never used it. I just don't like using those. But yeah, other than that, it has the power sliding back window, which is pretty cool. For when May's back there, she'll be able to get it. This button is pretty cool. In the back, there's actually an outlet, 120 volt outlet, that you can plug stuff in. That'll come in super handy when we go camping. The cool thing too is in this display, so it has like the standard, like the tire pressure, but it also has this pitch and roll gauge. So basically, when you're off-roading and if you go over a certain obstacle, it'll tell you what the angle of your truck is. That would have been something cool when I had the Jeep off-roading as well. And I mean, it has ample space for sure. You know, it's got cup holders on the door and all those sort of things. But like I said, the main reason I really wanted this model is for this stuff up here to take it off-roading, because this truck stock is insanely capable. The other thing too that I think is pretty cool is all Tacomas come standard with a GoPro mount. So basically this truck is the most expensive GoPro attachment that you can buy, which is pretty funny. I've heard that joke a couple times. I think on Max Pow. He's a YouTuber who is a big Tacoma enthusiast as well. I will show you guys the back. So here's the back. Another thing too that was with my Chevy was that it didn't have the full-size crew cab. So the back seat was pretty small, which was fine because it's usually just me. Like maybe I have another person in my truck, but it's usually just me and May whenever I'm driving places. But the downside of that is when I did have people riding with me, is I would have to move the driver's seat all the way up and to give the person behind me enough room, and ultimately I'm driving down the road and I'm eating the steering wheel. So this right here, you can see that my seat is all the way back and there's still pretty good room to sit back here. I had May in here. I took her to the vet and she loved it right away. She laid down and she wasn't nervous and she was comfortable. The cool thing too is that this seat and the bench part over there, it flips up, and underneath it there's storage bins. So I can fit some storage in there, like recovery gear, or just put stuff for May that if we ever get on a road trip, and that way she has backup food, stuff like that. And also these fold down, so the headrest tucks in and it'll fold into here, so this seat and that seat will end up laying flat. And the cool thing behind the seats is a hard plastic, so ultimately this could be a bench with this hard plastic for storage and stuff like that. And behind each of the seats there's these big storage bins right there, so there's plenty of room in the back, a lot more room than my Chevy had, which I'm pretty happy about. But yeah, so that's pretty much the inside and the outside. So that's basically the big surprise. I'm super excited about it. I believe Kaitlin's super excited about it. So the backstory how I ended up getting it is it's pretty amazing that everything kind of fell in place. Our very first vlog, we were at Toyota and Kaitlin and I took my mom's car up there to get serviced. And while we were there waiting for it, we ended up going and looking at Tacomas and we test drove one. I had a Jeep a while ago and I loved it. I put a lift kit on it and I had bigger tires, and I used to take it off-roading a lot. I would take it on these backfire roads and stuff like that. And it just took the abuse that I put it through, and it was a great vehicle. So it got to a point where I knew it was gonna die. So what I did was I set myself a goal that I was gonna save for a year to try to save up as much as I could and research a vehicle that I really wanted. Well, about 12 years ago, way before I bought the Jeep, I test drove a Tacoma, and I loved it. The thing was absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, at that time, I just couldn't afford a Tacoma. So when I had this year after I got when I knew I was going to get rid of the Jeep, I researched Tacomas because they seemed like they were a little bit different than a Jeep. They had the truck aspect of it, but it really seemed like they really took the abuse of Jeeps. So I researched everything in that year I could find about Tacomas. I watched every YouTube video. I went on every forum that Tacoma has and I read about them. I just did a ton of research about Tacomas, and that's what my intentions were, to buy a Tacoma, this model, a TRD off-road Tacoma. Right when it got to the point of me making a decision, I started getting into my head that maybe I needed a full-size truck. So what happened was I went to a Chevy dealership and I test drove a Silverado 1500, and I liked it. It was a nice truck. I went from a small interior to a Jeep that all of a sudden I'm in this bigger, roomier interior. It handled really nice. I got it was a Z71, which is, they consider their off-road package. So I decided and I went through with it and I bought that truck. And it wasn't too long after that I realized that I probably made the wrong decision. I wasn't really that happy with the truck. One, it said it was an off-road, their off-road edition, but I really didn't feel like I could take that thing off-roading. And not only that, it was just, I didn't need a full-size truck. I bought a full-size truck with these this thought process that I was really going to use a full-size truck, and I literally only used it once within the year and a half that I had it, to use it for what it was built for. So what happened was that I knew I was going to end up getting a Tacoma, and I was just waiting for everything to work out where it really didn't make that bad of a decision to do it, because I went from buying a brand new vehicle in 2017 to now I'm trying to get rid of it and get a different vehicle a year later. It doesn't take a genius to find out that you're probably not going to get a clean wash when it comes out with that. So what happened is I kept looking back at the local Toyota dealership near me, their Team Toyota of Glen Mills, and I would keep checking back to see if they had any certified pre-owned TRD off-road Tacomas, and I would keep checking, and every time I drove by I would see if they had it. So finally I was on their webpage and I saw that they got this truck in, and this is a 2018 with only 5,000 miles, and I know that trucks in this situation don't last this long when it comes to Toyotas, because people look for that. They want one that is barely broken in, that you're saving the money from buying a brand new one. So once I saw it was on the webpage, I went right up to the dealership, and I was absolutely amazed and super pleased with those guys at Team Toyota. And what they did was they gave me the most that they could have given me for my truck, which it wasn't as bad as I really was fearing it was going to be. And ultimately, at the end of the day, yeah, you're gonna take a hit, but this was the vehicle that I really wanted from the get-go, and they were able to make it work where I really wasn't breaking the bank to get into this vehicle, and it was just an awesome experience. Their customer service was phenomenal. The guy Jeremy Wood up at Team Toyota he was absolutely awesome through the process, and I really walked away from it. For the first time buying a vehicle, I walked away not feeling like I really got blindsided by anything. So, and the other thing I want to say too is that, so my excitement about this is not like, ooh, look at me, I got this fancy new thing, right? It has nothing to do with that. This was a vehicle that I really wanted for a while, and I worked really hard to get to a point where I could get it. And I made a decision that I probably shouldn't have made, buying a different vehicle. So my excitement comes from the fact that I finally got in what I believe is my dream truck. Like, I follow a ton of guys and women on Facebook and Instagram that they have these Toyota Tacomas, and they build like overland rigs out of them, and they build these amazingly cool off-road vehicles, and I get excited about it because that's the stuff that I really like, and that's the vehicle that I really want to be able to have, is one that I can really use for what its purpose is. If I'm not using a full-size truck, there's really no sense in me driving around a full-size truck. But with this, I know that I can use it with its ability to go off-road, and it just fits my lifestyle, I believe, a lot better. And so that's where my excitement comes from, and it's exciting that I know that this thing is going to lead to so many cool adventures, going off-roading, going camping. And not only that, like the market for things that you can buy for Tacomas is a lot like Jeeps. Like, there's so many different companies that make things for these trucks that you can really customize a truck to be exactly what you want it to be and to fit your needs perfectly. And like, I have a goal. I'm gonna get like a rooftop tent and one of those bed racks for this, and just be able to go camping anywhere we can drive this thing, and just, I'm really excited about being able to get out and fully use this vehicle to what it was built for. And that's what my excitement comes from. It's just, I have a fear of making this video that it's gonna be construed as me gloating about what I have, and it's absolutely not that at all. It really is excitement coming from, I'm just fired up, man. I finally got a Tacoma, and I wanted a Tacoma for so long. And Kaitlin can attest to the fact that she's heard nothing but Tacomas ever since we started dating. Every time I saw a Tacoma, talking about like what they're capable of doing, and just, I would just talk her ear off about Tacomas. So
I know when we were like, you know, when I would be home or like driving on my own, I would see a Tacoma. I'm like, God, that's that car, that's that truck. And I don't think I'd ever pay attention to it beforehand. But I would always think of you whenever I would see them. And it just wasn't, the right time for a long time.
For
and
sure.
then finally, just like last weekend, it all fell into place, which was pretty cool. I like when things like that happen, because then you know that you can make a good decision and you don't feel bad about it afterwards. Because you know that feeling, like we've all purchased large, whether it's a house or a car, at the end of the day, you're like, oh my God, it's a lot of money. But you can also feel good that this is what you've wanted for so long, and you did all the research and you came out with something that makes you really happy, and that's important.
For sure. So that's where my excitement comes from, and my excitement also comes in that the opportunity it's going to allow Kaitlin and I to make videos for you guys in the future and bring you guys along and on the adventures we can actually go in this truck. Like, I'm telling you, I hope that we can make videos that somewhat can do justice to what the capabilities of this truck are. And I'm looking forward to doing it. And I'm just all around genuinely happy about what's going on right now. And I look forward and I'm excited about what that'll do and the opportunities it'll open in the future. So that was the big surprise. This is it. A Tacoma TRD off-road. Yes. Stoked. Cool. So I've held Kaitlin hostage here for about 2 hours while I continued to try making this video. We went to 2 separate locations and we finally, I believe, got it done. She wanted to get a snack and she wanted to get coffee, and I'm hungry as well, and I could always use coffee. So that's where we're headed. We're gonna go stop, get coffee, and then head back to my house. And I think, no, we're not gonna wrap presents. I think what we'll do is we're probably gonna play Chinese checkers, and maybe Kaitlin can take you on a tour of all the Christmas decorations.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
So yeah, we're just basically gonna go home and hang out and play it by ear and see if we can get into something. But that was a big surprise. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you dig it, and I hope you guys continue to watch as we morph this truck into something that the good vibes mobile, right? So, and that's the other thing. So I've named the Tacoma. So people in this community that drive Tacomas, for short, a lot of people call them tacos. So I have decided to name this beautiful vehicle El Scorcho the Taco. Yes, exactly what you're thinking. It is from the Weezer song El Scorcho, because who doesn't like that song? And it rhymes, and it just sounds cool. El Scorcho the Taco. Yeah. So we look forward and we thank you guys for watching the videos, and we hope that we can make really cool videos with El Scorcho in May and just go out and have some awesome adventures, off-road, on-road, wherever it goes. Now we have no excuse why we can't do it. Yep. So cool. We will check in with you guys in a little bit. Anything else?
Nope.
Peace. Ooh, gosh.
Oh no.
See you guys in a minute.
Return it. Yeah.
Oh, hello. And welcome.
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
What is up, guys and gals of the interwebs? So we are calling it a night. It is Sunday night. So what happened was we came back from shooting the video about the truck, about the El Scorcho Taco, and I edited it while we were watching the Eagles game and eating dinner. And what happened was it turned out to be like 26 minutes long. So I think we're just gonna call the video there. It's a pretty long video.
But it's a lot of information.
It is. There's a lot of stuff in it, so. But we don't want to keep dragging it out, and then after 26 minutes, people not really keep watching. And then, anyway, so we're just gonna make a different video this week of our Christmas decorations, both at my house and at Kaitlin's house. So look forward for that. But yeah, so I think we're gonna call it a night. Thank you guys for watching. If you're still watching this video through minute 27.
We know who our real friends are.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching our videos, and thanks for continuously wanting to see our videos, even though we had a long gap where we didn't do anything. And it was fun doing another one today, getting back into it. So, yeah, we're gonna try to make a video this week. And then if that doesn't happen, we're making a couple vlogs next weekend when we go down to Delaware to visit Kaitlin's dad and her stepmom. And some of her family, we're gonna celebrate Christmas with them on that weekend. So, thank you for watching. We hope you guys had an amazing day. We hope you've been having an awesome weekend and you're getting into the holiday spirit and you guys are full of joy and cheer and jolliness.
I like that.
That was a good one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So, we will see you guys this week or next weekend. Have a good week and thank you again.
Bye.
See ya.